What's going on, YouTube? It's Min again, and basically, this is like another episode of how to trade the trends with the market. And as expected from yesterday's or like my last video, I spoke about how the market was kind of at the highs, and we would see some sort of reversal on the daily. Of course, one of those days was today, and it was a pretty difficult day, I would say, just because we had a lot of downtrending while also kind of looking like it was uptrending. Wasn't really like a lot of opportunities or clean moves that was predictable enough to get in. Um, Perhaps just around this range, though, was a little bit more predictable to go long. But then after that, just down over here, we didn't really know where the trend was going to be going. And we ended up printing a double top right when news came out around 8:30. It hit that highs and it came back down. And right after that, it just started downtrending basically for the kind of like a consolidation on the downside for the rest of the day. And the reason why like it moved the way it did is probably um, because now we're in a like a phase where either we're accumulating or distributing basically all um, the bull trends that we had to the upside, and now bulls are a little bit more exhausted, and buyers are taking more control today. Um, so yeah, with today in mind, and from yesterday's day as well, basically I just used the previous high, and that printed perfectly around 8:30. I also used the overnight low, which is around 10 o'clock. And yeah, when the market opened at 9:30, this was definitely like a reference level to follow on. And we got to that price. We bounced off it about twice over here. And, later in the day, we actually broke above that. Um, there was like a little bit of a, trend to the downside that we were also following. A really nice wedge, basically, with this trend. And it wasn't very predictable though. With these downtrends, like these kind of wedges, I don't really like to follow it. However, we do have like two areas of opportunity trading with today, and it's from the overnight low, and this was the support at 21.58.25s, and when the price came down to that level and we bounced off it, this was clearly like an indicator that this was a reference point that would be used later on for the trading day. So we broke below that level and we had a little bit of selling off, and we printed a low that wasn't very predictable in my opinion. Even like just on this bottom trend line, we did break below that as well, and it could have gone much further. This could have been like a breakout of the bull trend and started selling off much more. But luckily, the Bulls came back and we broke back above this level of support from overnight session, and continuing for today. We also know that there was also an upper band resistance, and yeah, these were basically the two key points. This one right here for the support didn't really matter as much in my opinion, but on the larger time frame, we did have one, a breakout of that support level, and then two, the EMA, or yeah, the EMAs were curling to the upside, and three, we had basically the break of the downtrend, and this was probably one of the best areas of opportunity to go long, just because of this reversal alone. And yeah, throughout that time, we printed from 2164s to 20 229s, and yeah, that was basically the low of the mark, the trading range that we're following, from the low of the breakout, getting up to a point of resistance just around this area, and we sold off and started consolidating again. Could not break below that level, and then broke above it again in terms of the buyers were coming back basically back into the resistance. As you can see, though, with the market, being relatively strong on the downside throughout the day, right, until 11:16, and then the bulls having to come back up into that level around 2208.75s. Just around from the beginning of the day, and how we reversed in the middle of the day to come back up. Of course, there was some significant amount of um, range trading, so we want to stay within the range of the day, and this basically was the range around 2032.75s and 2128s. So just around this level, this was a good area to find opportunities to go short, and that if it actually came back down and started breaking the market structure and the EMAs again, we most likely would have a large sell-off, which we did around 2 p.m. This kind of day is more of like a consolidation phase, and generally on consolidation days like this, we do get very proper breakdowns and breakouts to the upside. As long as it's within the range, we'll always reach those points. So right after we got to this level here, where news released at 8:30, we rejected right off the highs of the 2029s, 2229s, and then sold off all the way back down to the support level. And right around here would be a good opportunity to go long, just because we did find a defined support for this price and a proper breakout. Um, However, for one of my accounts, luckily, like I got paid out for it already. Um, Unfortunately, I started taking long a little bit too prematurely without having to wait for the bull trend candle to come through. And of course, I got caught on the downside and the falling knife and blew up the account. So, unfortunately for my one of my PAs, um, that account is now gone, and I still have relatively four different paid accounts, which are one is above the threshold, and the other three are still on the ropes, and basically I'm working my way up with them. But yeah, for that, for today, this is what happened, and hopefully you guys learned something from it. And if you want more of like a detailed explanation of how to like deal with consolidations like this, and what kind of psychology you should implement um, to be able to stay in control for trades like this, um, yeah, just feel free to hop in my Discord, and I'll let you guys know the rest of the details. And yeah, thanks for watching.